Greetings, Aquarius and Aquarius rising. This is your Western forecast for February 2024. You're about ready to launch into a whole new direction. This is the beginning of a turning point. It could take a couple of years to really manifest, but the seeds of new beginnings are starting now. Now, you could be starting a new business or a new focus with career or just the ideas of it. And this is the big turning point that will be unfolding and changing your life for many years to come. The big picture is that transformational Pluto is now in Aquarius. We got a little preview, the end of March, early June 2023. Then it retrograded back into Capricorn, the middle of January 2024. It's back into Aquarius through August. Then it's back into Capricorn, just making sure we've learned our lessons. The end of November, Pluto is back into Aquarius for nearly 20 years. When Pluto is transiting your sign, that over that nearly 20 years, it's a rebirth. It's a coming into your own. It's all this empowerment, huge turning point. So that's the broad picture. But this month there's going to be joining Pluto 4 other planets. We're going to have 5 planets in Aquarius, which is very unusual. If you have 3 planets in a sign, it's called a stellium. And a stellium is a major emphasis. But here we're going to have 5 planets. So there is this for the whole world, and it's in Aquarius. So just in general, there's this major emphasis on all things Aquarius. Aquarius is about technology and science. Aquarius looks to the future. It's very innovative. But Aquarius is also the humanitarian and community and bringing a lot of people together for the good of the planet. But I could go on and on. But all these 5 Aquarius planets, the Sun, Pluto, Mercury, Venus, Mars, are all in your first house of new beginnings, new visibility. The first house can represent your physical body, your physical appearance. It's all this self-image and personality. But it's really about a real sense of new identity, new purpose, giving birth to the beginning of a new identity. And if it wasn't for Pluto, it could just be on a smaller level. Every couple of years, we may all just try something new. But you're having Pluto, transformational Pluto, that's going to carry on for the next 20 years. Now, before I break down what each of these Aquarius planets are going to bring, and with this new energy, we're also going to be talking about finances, because the Sun and business savvy Mercury will move out of Aquarius into Pisces, impacting your second house of income. And we're also going to talk about if your birthday is around February the 9th, because that's the new moon. And every decade or so, you might have a new moon on your birthday, which is very significant. But before I break that down and look to what all these 5 planets are going to bring into your life, planting seeds for new self-discovery, new visibility. But before I start unpacking all of this, if you enjoy this type of video and would like to see more of them, click like and subscribe. And don't forget to click on the notification bell so you can receive the latest postings. And if you go into the description box underneath the video, you'll find a link that takes you to my website where you can book an astrology reading or sign up for my 2-question offer. All right, the first 3 weeks of every February, the sun's in Aquarius. Where the sun is shining, for the most part, your priorities, your attention are being drawn to. But many times there may only be the sun. So it'd just be kind of it's just a weak energy. But this is really intense because Pluto is back into Aquarius. Got a little preview last year, then it retrograded the middle of January. Now it's back into Aquarius. So the sun is putting a spotlight on where there's going to be some real profound changes of new beginnings because of the Pluto. Now, Mercury, Venus, and Mars. Mercury is, what are you thinking about? What are you curious about? What are you learning? And Mercury's in Aquarius, in your first house of new undertakings. But having mental, intelligent Mercury in Aquarius, and you are in Aquarius, Aquarians are really original thinkers. They're alternative thinkers. And so with that Mercury in Aquarius in your first house, you're really open to new ideas, new options. Venus is the planet of love, creativity. It's very social. It's diplomatic. Very cooperative energies. Venus is in Aquarius, in your first house of the physical body, appearance, and visibility. A lot of people, you might be more charming. You may be feeling more attractive. A lot of people may be more attracted to you, especially with physical Mars will be in Aquarius once every 2 years. That goes into Aquarius on February the 12th through March the 22nd. So from the 16th of February to March the 11th, both Venus and Mars are in Aquarius in your first house of your charisma, what your personality, what you're projecting, your physical appearance. Venus and Mars can be very charismatic, dynamic energy. In the first house, you may be projecting a lot of sensual, romantic, popular energies. You're certainly going to have more robust, confident energies with the Venus-Mars. Now, the sun leaves Aquarius, goes into Pisces on the 20th of February till March the 19th, as it does every year. But when the sun goes into Pisces, it's shining a light on the second sector past Aquarius, which is the sector of income. So now your attention, with all these new beginnings and all these new ideas, you're now, from the last week of February through the first 3 weeks of March, is how to monetize it, how to make more money with all these new ideas and new opportunities. Now, the new moon on the 9th, so 8th, 9th, 10th, maybe the 11th if you're older, is now it's really starting to really focus and set your intention on all new visibility and all new beginnings, all new confidence. And with the Mars, the courage, the risk-taking to really initiate new projects. So if your birthday is on this new moon, some major new paths, some major new opportunities is really trying to crystallize for you. But this new moon is going to be in a stressful angle to Uranus. Now, Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, and the new moon's in Aquarius in a hard angle to Uranus. That can mean, especially between the new moon and the full moon the 24th, when everything starts to more fully manifest, Uranus could be the unexpected sudden surprises. When things come in out of left field, that could be part of then sending you down a whole new path. Now, the worst case scenario is you might have been very comfortable in a job, in a lifestyle, and then life happens and you're getting thrown, with a loop, out of the blue, And boom, you're having to pick up the pieces and move into a whole new direction. But with all that alignment of Aquarius, it is going to end up being, it's going to feel like destiny. If this unexpected upset wouldn't change the course of your life, personally, professionally, then this all new beginnings wouldn't have shown up. Now, the sun goes into Pisces on the 20th of February. Now, the sun in Pisces and then Mercury, what you're planning and think about, goes into Pisces on the 23rd. It's not taking the emphasis off of all new opportunities and confidence and visibility. Because the Mars is in that first house of Aquarius till March the 22nd. The new moon is holding all that Aquarius energy from the 9th till maybe about the 7th of March. So all this visibility, leaderships, new confidence is all going to be really strong February and also moving into March. But come the last week of February, now the sun is changing signs, moving into Pisces. It's going to just bring in a new interest. It's not going to become the dominant theme. The dominant theme is new beginnings and new leadership and new visibility. The sun, when it goes into Pisces, is now putting a spotlight on how to monetize and make money. And the Mercury is how to negotiate and make plans. After the new moon, which is planting seeds of new beginnings, 2 weeks later is the full moon. The full moon on the 24th. Now, the full moon could last several days, maybe the 23rd, certainly the 24th, the 25th, maybe even into the 26th, where you could be feeling all this emotional intensity. But this full moon will be in Virgo at the end of February, and Virgo is 8 signs past Aquarius. So what's coming to a head from all these new beginnings, it's putting a spotlight on the 8th house. The 8th house can be business, offers, contracts, partnerships. So this is all, so we're starting to bring in, to increase your income, new ways of making and generating monies. But we're still developing this whole new leadership visibility. Now, let's talk to Venus and Mars. Now, Venus and Mars from the 6th will be together in Aquarius from the 16th of February to March the 11th. Now, Venus is sociable, it's creative, it's charming. Mars is aggressive, it's physical, it's dynamic. Sometimes Mars, being in your sign or rising sign, can be too aggressive, too competitive, too pushy, too ego-oriented. But it's being softened with charming diplomatic Venus. Venus with the Mars can certainly awaken a lot of charisma, being highly creative, very romantic. So that's the last half of February through March the 11th, a very dynamic energies. But Venus and Mars were already together in Capricorn from the last week of January till February the 12th. Capricorn is the sign prior to Aquarius. When that Venus-Mars on the positive in the shadow sector, or the last sector before going into Aquarius, could be doing a lot of preparing and studying. There might be a lot of passion with the Venus-Mars that you're keeping quiet, maybe socially, until you see how things are going to work out. Or creatively, you could be building and developing projects, creating projects, working on creative projects, but not to be, released and made visible until the Venus-Mars goes into the first house of visibility. Now, This is part of the forecast where I like to discuss how these energies are impacting your body, your relationships, your business. Now, I've already talked about some of this, but having Mars in Capricorn in your shadow sector from early January to February the 12th, you could be feeling tired. You could be working late at night, burning the candles at both ends. But then when the Mars goes into Aquarius every 2 years through March the 22nd, there's all this robust, vital energy, more sexual energy, especially when it's joined by Venus. So that Venus-Mars in the 12th house, the first 12 days of February, could be all this behind the scenes creative development. If there was a romantic infatuation and attraction in the 12th house, either you were keeping it to yourself or keeping it very private. Then the Venus-Mars moves into the first house of visibility, and now you make the announcement. Or it is from the middle of February through March the 11th, this a time of popularity, charisma, infatuation. And if you're single and looking, you don't have to be single, you don't have to be looking. That Venus-Mars, people are going to be really attracted to you. And you're going to be feeling really good. And with the Sun and planning, negotiating Mercury going into your second house of income, the last week of February, going into March, you're going to start to really trying to figure out how to generate more money with all these new projects and these new ideas. And the full moon on the 24th, 25th is in the 8th house. The 8th house deals with finance and joint ventures and business contracts. So a lot of these new beginnings and new offers could really be manifesting by the last week of February with a business contract, a job offer, or maybe even coming into a financial gift. So I want to thank you for watching. If you like information on how to book an astrology reading or to sign up for my 2-question offer, visit my website at gardino.co, that's .co. Until next month, be safe and well.